through, yeah. He knows before I fall to my knees. Can I begin to explain the love that I have for you? Before I even need you, you're there. You then breathe a peace around me to intertwine with my inner being. Such a moment is beyond human understanding. You are the light that direct my path down the road of righteousness. I am in awe of you. So many phases of glory from you, so many days of undeserving mercy from you, so many blessings I find in prayer from you. He knows what I'm going through, yeah. Layer after layer, I succumb and yearn to be anointed in your grace. Before I fall to my knees, you embrace me with a sense of knowing I am not alone. God, you know that I am not alone as you sit high on your throne, a sacred throne, searching to and for the earth for a chance to use me, for a clean vessel, me. For a repenting heart, a clean vessel, you choose me. I stretch my hands in prayer to you, 'cause it is me, O Lord, that wants to be used by you. I need you to exist. I must stay connected to the vine. Thy hand is always stretched over me. I am in awe of thee. You are God and God alone. Thank you for listening to me. Undeserving yet ungratefully, fill my cup, Lord, with the greatest gift of knowing you and the beauty of holiness, the awesome wonders of your love, the significance of your power, the wisdom of all knowledge is, before I even fall to my knees. He knows. You know what I'm going through, yeah.
Man, before I even fall to my knees, you know, for God definitely knows what all of us are going through. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Thank you for being so faithful and tuning in. I really do appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and get started, and then hopefully others will come in as they get the message that we are live. Today, we are going to talk about transitions. I'm going to have my nephew, Michael Brown, on, and he's going to talk a little bit about from college life to the real life, because as we all know, there is a huge difference between both of the two worlds. And so I thought it was just befitting to have him come on. Last week, we had Reverend Diane Jones. If you did not get a chance to listen to that message on last week, Thursday, it is now posted on YouTube. So I would appreciate it if you guys go ahead and if you have not subscribed to our channel, please make sure you go ahead and do that. All of the episodes are on It's Not Hard to Talk About It, the link itself. Hi, Sissy, you made it. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Yes, you might lose signal, no problem. You'll be able to, you'll still be able to hear hopefully you'll still be able to hear it, sis. And then go from there. I'm going to bring Michael on as soon as possible. I see he's here. But I wanted to say to everyone that the last week episode is there, and so if you needed to log on to It's Not Hard to Talk About It, then please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and feel free to let everybody know that we're on. And if you have some students who are going away to college, or if you have some children who have graduated already and they want some tips, I suggest you have them to join in. So I'm going to go ahead. I see Michael is here. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in early. So hopefully his mom will get a chance to see him. And of course, she's on a flight. And so hopefully the signal will all go through. So I'm excited. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring him in. We could go ahead and get started. Hi, Michael Brown. Hi, how are you? Oh, you're. Oh, there you are. Oh, wait. It seems like it's upside down a little bit. Okay, so I might have to bring him back in. So So hopefully he'll log back in, guys. Thank you so much too for being on. Really do appreciate that. Okay, let's try to connect him again. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Come on in. Feel free to leave your comments there.
Hi,
Hi, Michael.
Auntie Taylor.
How are you?
Good.
My baby number one. You know, we had Karan on last week, and he was trying to claim the number one spot. So I told him he can have it just for a little bit until you come on, because we all know who baby number one is, right?
I hope you know too.
I hope he does. He said he's gonna come on, so hopefully he'll come on and see that. But he said Michael was number two and he was number one. So no, we all know the truth in that, right?
Right. I ain't gotta say nothing about it. He know the truth.
Yeah, you can't even put words to it, right? Hi guys, thank you all for coming in. Feel free to leave your comments there at the bottom. Welcome to It's Not Hard to Talk About It. We have the one and only, the intelligent one, Mr. Michael Brown, joining us, and I'm going to give him this moment to so he can tell us who he is and a little bit about himself. So good, take it away, Michael.
Okay, so my name is Michael Brown, as my auntie told y'all. I am pretty much working for American Airlines right now as a QA engineer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in grad school at Prairie View, doing an MBA. And so there's a lot of things about me that I could tell y'all, but as I feel like as we go through this interview, I feel like we're gonna get to know a little bit more about each other.
Okay, sounds good, Michael. Now listen, we are talking about transitions because clearly there's a big difference between the college life and real life. Is that right?
Very different.
What's one of the difference that you can say off the bat?
So one of the difference for me was having to pay bills. That was the huge difference. Like trying to like adjust to having to like pay my own bills. Like, cause I always had mom, I always had dad, but like now it's like all on me to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And, like trying to balance out having a social life as well as a a young 20-year-old. So it's the pretty adjustment and trying to like grow and learn from experience, because like everybody can tell you how to do it, but you like once you experience it, like you won't really know how to do it unless you do it yourself.
Okay, so you're 20 years old. You graduated last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you ended up getting a job. You moved to Dallas, right? How are you liking Dallas so far?
Dallas is cool. It's a lot of it's a lot of diversity over here. I feel like this is a good place for like some young Black professionals that come in and just start working immediately. Mom was just correct.
She said he's not 20.
I'm 23. No, I would say that I'm in my young 20s.
20s, Tangela Wade. He said 20s. Don't be on here correcting him now. Okay, 20s, he said. Listen clearly. It's the signal. It's the airplane signal.
Yeah, it's definitely just been adjusting to the like young, like fast life, being on the go, on the move, grad school, work, all that, like just adjusting to it. And I feel like Dallas has been a good place for it.
Okay, good. So Dallas is a really good place to, and it's been working well for you since you've been there, yes?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Bills ain't no joke, right, Michael?
It's not a joke at all.
You realize that light bill, what else? Water bill?
Light bill, water bill, rent, car.
Exactly. Versus in college, what was going on in college?
College, it really wasn't like much I had to really pay for, but like because water was included. So like, and then, you still have your parents helping you out because they know you still in school. So it's like it was a huge difference, like transitioning to being a full-time adult.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so very proud of you because you're doing it well. I know it's not easy. When I graduated, I was in my 20s as well. As your mom said, 23, 24, I was around that age too as well. And I ended up getting a duplex. And believe it or not, that duplex was like $500 and something dollars, $526 a month. And I thought that was so much money, Michael. Can you believe that?
I wish I could have that much money.
Listen, I thought $526 was a whole bunch of money at that particular time. And I'm like, how am I going to pay for all of this? I didn't know about, well, we had roommates. You didn't have roommates. You always had, well, you did. Well, what was your living situation in the beginning?
In the like college?
Yes.
Oh yeah, college. I've had roommates all the way up until sophomore year, pretty much. I lived on my own. Well, I had roommates sophomore year, but like since junior year, I lived on my own since junior year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge transition too, because like living on your own is like completely different.
It's a huge difference. Yeah. With us, we had roommates and everybody would split the bill. So the reality check for me was now I have to pay the whole bill by myself. And I wasn't used to that. So reality hits you in the face real quick, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Why don't you let the people know what college you graduated from? Well, that other college you don't really have to mention, that one in Tallahassee, because we don't really want to hear about that. We don't want to hear about it.
Okay, I gotta let the people know where I came from. So I started my undergraduate career at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Home of the
I will, people.
And then I transitioned after my sophomore year to Wichita State University, where I got 2 bachelor's degrees in communications and political science.
Mm-hmm.
I'm transitioning to a master's degree in like business administration.
Yes. Okay. Business administration, and you're now doing your master's degree where?
Prairie View A&M.
Prairie View A&M. And how much longer do you have with that?
Like literally like 2 more semesters. I have summer semester and then I'll be done in the fall.
Mm-hmm. And what are you hoping to do with that degree?
So I think I already told my mom, but so after June I'll be transitioning out of American Airlines and going to Goldman Sachs, and I'll be working in their business department. So I'll be their business intelligence analyst. So I mean, it's kind of catered to what I kind of do right now, but also on a more business side.
Mm-hmm.
It works perfectly with what I'm achieving right now.
Oh, that's good. You know, I've been boasting about us having so many writers in our family. And you being one of them too as well, me being a writer. And I was like, okay, he's very creative like me. Now, are we ever going to do anything with Ghetto Dreams TV?
So Ghetto Dreams TV is pretty much in a transitional period right now.
Okay.
Because it started off as a thought in like when I was at FAMU. It just started off as a thought, and then it just started building up from there to where I was like making a website and I made a YouTube page, but just never did anything with it. So like right now I'm just trying to get my life together so I can transition and get a Ghetto Dreams TV to like into fruition.
Mm-hmm.
I can start making videos. It just takes a lot of time and
editing,
and I want to make sure I give it as much attention as I need to give it for success. So it's just more so like me transitioning out of like me from when I was a freshman at FAMU to being an adult. So I feel like it's pretty much a story, honestly, with Ghetto Dreams TV. So I want to like tell that story accurately.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. I look forward to what you're going to do with that. But you have so many ideas, and you can always get to that. You're still young, so you have the time to get it all together. Michael, it hasn't been a year since you graduated, correct? It hasn't even been a year. Right. How? What was the graduation date? June.
No, it was in May. It was in May
May.
15th.
So it's coming up a year then, because we're in February, March, April, May. So you've been 11 months, 10 months,
About
Ni-
10.
9 months or something like that.
Yeah, I think 9. I think it's 9.
About 9 months,
Hmm.
yeah. And so I think you've come a long way. I mean, you were able to get your car there. You were able to get an apartment. You were able to secure a job immediately after school, even though you decided to work someplace else. I mean, like, what gave you the courage to say, this first job is not for me. Let me go ahead and do something else.
It was more so just me feeling like I wouldn't say trapped, but I feel
Mhm.
like I wanted better for myself when I was at my initial job when I first moved here.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I got the feel of it and everything. I just felt like it just wasn't, the culture wasn't for me.
Hmm.
I just decided to put in my 2 weeks, and as soon as American Airlines decided that they wanted to hire me, I was just like, okay, I'm on board. I'm ready to go. So
Right. And you know what I admired about you when you were getting ready to graduate, the goal was to be employed. Do you think a lot of college students are thinking about employment immediately after graduation, or do they kind of just want to take a break?
so I guess it just really depends on the kind of student and like kind of person you are, because I know a lot of people wanted to take a break after, like, take that gap year after finishing their degree,
Hmm.
like probably like going to grad school, like work a job in between. But
Hmm.
I knew for me, I wanted to go straight into the workforce and
Yeah.
adjust it to being an adult, because it's like life doesn't stop after college. It gets more intense. It gets harder.
Mhm.
So like college is pretty much just like supposed to set you up for real life, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. So it's like you kind of have to take matters into your own hands.
That's
If
right.
you want what's your worth, like what you're trying to
There
what
you
you
go.
give up, and just
Talk
go.
about that. That's good. Because so you have to understand your worth, who you are, where you want to go. Is that right?
Yes.
Because then you'll end up at a job just to pay your bills and you'll be miserable. Is that what you're saying?
Right. And you gotta always like put yourself first, put your happiness first, because some of these jobs they don't do that. They're all about their money. So
Right. Or they'll
all
have your
put your
behind off and you'll be miserable. And you wonder why coworkers have attitudes because that's not where they really want to be. They just kind of, accept those jobs just to make ends meet. But like you said, you have to know who you are, know what your gifts are, how to take your gifts and apply it to the job that you love. And then that way, when you get up in the morning, it's not considered work, right? You'll
right.
what you do. You'll have a really good feeling about getting up and going to work and making a difference in people's lives.
Yes, it's not gonna be considered a job if you really like it. It's gonna be a career, because you can see yourself doing it long term, because a job is temporary, but a career.
Hmm. So what advice would you tell college students now, because you got social media, where people are making a living off of pranks and all kind of things on videos and things of that sort. So what advice would you give a college student now that's graduating this year, perhaps? Any
So
advice for them?
definitely. My advice would definitely be to take advantage of your network, because like your network is gonna make your net worth. So that's usually that's what I really took advantage of when I was in college, like making sure I created that network and those people
Mhm.
around me that was gonna set me up for where I wanted to go. Like
Right.
waiting, and make sure you realize that life does not stop after college.
That's
Like you there's always an end goal after you graduate, like whether that's joining the workforce, going to the army, doing whatever you feel like you desire to do. Like just always make sure you have that plan in place, like before you even sign that degree to that paper to get your degree. You
Mhm.
should make sure you have that plan in place, so you know where you're going and how you're going to get there.
That's
My last thing I would say is just start, reaching out to people, like reach out to different companies that you want to do your research. Like that's what made me successful as well, was doing my research and knowing like what company that I want to go with and how I was going to get there and who to talk to get there.
There you go.
That was what worked for me really well.
And you ended up pledging. What did you pledge?
Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Right. Now listen, because you pledge Alpha, in college. Is there a difference between the brotherhood in college versus once you graduate, or are you guys still close knit?
It's always going to be a difference between undergrad and graduate. Like, I feel like with graduate, it's more so less about the like social outings. It's more so about like using that network of brothers like that, because there's so many. So like using that network to try to get you where you need to go as far as like professionally and mentally as well, because there's a lot of alphas in different professions in different industries that there, it's just no way that you can go into like an office and not know at least
one. What feeling like, Michael?
It's cool. It's really cool, like to know that you're not the only alpha in the workplace. It's really cool. So like just knowing that you have that network. And in undergrad, it was more so just trying to get acclimated and making those connections with like going to conventions, like going everywhere, making those connections so that you can keep those connections from when you graduate. So that was definitely my intentions when I first joined too.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. I was so proud of you. You've gone further than all of us. Even though I went to college, I was afraid to do half of the things that I've seen you do. And, I say it all the time. I'm very proud of you. I love your drive. And even the fact that after you graduated, you're deciding to pursue immediately a master's degree. And I don't think a lot of people are in that mindset. So your parents did a great job. I tried to put my little 2 cents in my baby. I tell your mom that all the time because I saw you first. That's why I told Karan. I was like, wait a minute, he's number one. I wasn't there when Karan was born, but I was there when you were born, and I saw you before your mom and dad. So, I rub that in all the time. And to see that you are now, as your mom said in the comments, he's 23 and he's 24, Tay. To see you now as a young adult, really, I'm so happy for you. God has done some amazing things in your life, and the chapter is not over. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like there's so much in the works for me right now, and that I'm like, I wouldn't say manifesting, but praying for.
All right.
Is going to come into fruition really soon. Like I have a lot that's going to happen this year.
That's right.
I already know it's happening, but like I wouldn't have to talk about it. It's something that you're going to be able to see.
That's right. How important is it to put God into your plans? How important is that?
It was very important to me putting God into everything that I do. I feel like without God, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't have imagined like being in the position that I am in right now without, being able to talk to God and having him as a confidant, because before I graduated and I wasn't getting any job offers. I was feeling like down on myself. I didn't think that I was going to have anything. I was going to have to go back home to Miami and stay with my mom. She was going to get annoyed, tired of me, working at Wendy's,
Yeah,
flipping burgers. But, when, you just put your trust into God, and then it just came into light, and he just guided my path to where I needed to go.
And I understand that moment, because when I left Bethune-Cookman College, everybody in Daytona Beach, Florida, left Wildcats, okay? We stomp on the Rattlers all day. But when I left and I graduated, I did have to go back home and move in with grandma. And I knew that I didn't want to stay there, because once you get a taste of college life And once you're used to being on your own, and anybody else that's online that's a college student, you guys can probably relate to this as well. But I ended up going, back home because I didn't have a plan like you did. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that I didn't want to stay at my mom's house for long. And at some point, the jobs were not coming through. And I ended up working at a place called Rallies. And I was flipping burgers with a bachelor's degree. Can you believe that, Michael?
I
Your age, 23 years old. And because I didn't want to ask anybody for money, I went there. I actually went to Burger King. Burger King was going to hire me, but then they were taking forever and I needed money. And let me tell you, my checks was like $150 every week. Here I am with a bachelor's degree and no one would hire me quick enough. I was there, cleaning the bathrooms, making, hamburgers, putting fries everywhere. I was so mad, throwing the fries, throwing the people fries in the bag. And I'm like, get me out of here, somebody. And my last, what drew the line for me is when, this particular manager, she kept saying, clean the bathrooms, clean the bathroom. I'm like, wait a minute, I have a college degree. So let me find somebody. Lo and behold, like you said, use your network is your net worth. I thought about a lot of people that I went to college with, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're all here. So let me reach out to someone. And I believe that God laid it on my heart that day to reach out to one of my friends, and she just so happened to work for the state. And she was like, girl, you should have been came. And then, she gave me the application. I filled it out, and my very first job was healthcare administration. It was a huge deal for me. Mm-hmm. And at that time, making, $28,000 a year was a big deal. I mean, now, we in the, 70s and 50s and, 80s or whatever. But at that particular time, thank you guys for the hearts. Come on in, everybody. Make sure you use your comments. We're talking about transitions, college life to real life. Thank you guys for joining us. Let people know we're on. But going back to my story, I got hired and I was happy with that $28,000 a year. And, when I got my first paycheck, it was like $686. But guess what, Michael? I took that and I moved into my one bedroom, and I was struggling. I was trying to pay, like you, I was trying to pay the rent. I was trying to pay the light bill. I was trying to pay the phone bill, all with that $568 check. And, at that time, I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how to save. Every paycheck, I think I might have had $20 over, and with that $20, I had to eat. So, like I said, it's good to talk about these transitions because college life is definitely, different from real life. And in real life, you can't make it off of $20 and try to you got to go to work, right? Right. You got to gas up your car, right, Mike?
Yeah.
And you got to eat and all of that. And guess who we still call? We still call our parents.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can relate to that. And so I'm happy to hear that you putting God first in the things that you do and acknowledging him so that he can give you the wisdom and where to apply, what to do. God, how do I take all these gifts? And if you guys are listening online and you're a college student, how do you take the gifts that are inside of you and do what you love? That way it's not work. You're not frustrated. You're not waking up with an attitude. What do you think about that, Michael?
That's definitely true. Just like using the things that you learned in college and like throughout life in general, because it doesn't just like start from like school. It comes in the house as well. So like the things that my mom, my dad, everybody was instilling in me, I had to remember all of that and I have to apply it throughout life as well. So it's like it doesn't really just start in school. It starts in the household.
Yes.
So everything that I had instilled in me, everything I had in me, like my gifts, my talents, like I had to make sure I used it to the best of my ability. That's and to just keep going.
My baby. See, me and you could ride all day. Right? Dog, it's his birth, baby. In the back car singing Yolanda Adams in the back seat. You still sing, Michael?
Sometimes I sing in the shower. Because
Well, you know how to put it. You know you have a voice. Because listen, going to daycare in the back seat, we sang, honey. We gave glory to God, and I continue to pray over your life. And like I said, every day you never cease to amaze me. Both you and Karan, you guys are doing an amazing job. But I'm extra proud of you in all that you are doing, guys. Thank you for the hearts. Give my nephew some hearts. He's an amazing young man. Never been to jail. Never stole anything, right, Mike? You know. A student, B student, right? What was
Mhm.
that GPA again?
It was good enough. I wouldn't say A. It's good enough.
Listen, you better than me, because I
Got
met got me a boyfriend my first year of college because grandma was so strict. Then I ended up getting a D, and I almost got kicked out of school running behind my first love and all this other stuff. And then I had to go back on campus to get it together. And honey, I graduated. That's
I
all.
had
I
to do
know
it.
what the GPA was. But I made it through. But I'm so proud of you, and I'm happy to know that. So grad school is going well, right?
Going really.
Or do you recommend to the audience to go once you graduate with your bachelor's degree to just go immediately into grad school?
So it was a huge transition for me because I with with grad school, it's more like focused on you doing what you have to do, and like the professors like
Mm-hmm.
literally one of my classes is once a month.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally you have to be up on top of it.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot to balance, and especially working full time and being a grad student, like that takes a lot of dedication.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was it's very hard right now, like especially like in my first semester, I was doing so bad, I was like about to quit, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
finishing all the way through. But yeah, it's not it's not easy at all.
Okay. Okay. So it's as working a full-time job, coming home, having to go to grad school, get those, get the work done and things of that sort.
Hmm.
So on the weekends, you don't have free time during the weekends, or how does that work?
So my weekends is pretty much me getting ready for the week.
And
But yeah, it's usually I do my homework on like Saturdays because
yeah.
assignments are usually due on Sunday. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much me catching up, and like it's usually me coming home from work to do
Yeah.
some work and then having to cook for myself as well.
Uh,
It's
you,
a lot of moving pieces going on throughout the week. So I am always like busy on the go. But
mhm.
I always try to take a second and stop and breathe and just try to like
You
enjoy
have to.
all
You
that, because
come
it's
home. Listen, come to Houston whenever you're ready. I'm here. And we can go hang out and chill out whenever you want to, or I'll come there. I don't know if you come to Dallas, but I sure will come. And we can hang out and do some things. Somebody said facts when it comes to grad school, that it is a challenge. And then honey, I said you'll get through it. The time will pass quick. Miss Grad School. Okay, so she apparently got through grad school and was able to do it. Were you working a full-time job, honey? As I'm assuming that you were working
yeah.
a full-time job. You know who that is?
No, I don't
Uh,
think.
yeah, so she's saying that you'll get through it. Well, thank you guys for the encouraging words. If you have any questions again, feel free to put it at the bottom. Somebody on my page talking about it's all about the Rattlers. Listen, talk about no FAMU Rattlers and all of that, because it's a Wildcat let's go type of thing, because he would have went to Bethune now. Maybe not, because I did show him all the Michael, remember I took you to Daytona and tried to show you the so-called Wildcat life. Oh, wait a minute, he's frozen, guys, so hopefully he'll come back in. Yes, you had a full-time job, 1 year accelerated program right out of, okay, good. So you did have a full-time job. Okay, great. Let me bring Michael back in, because it looks like he he went out on us a little bit, so he'll come back in a minute. Okay, so that's good to know. Oh, there you are, Michael.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually in the accelerated program right now, so that's why I'm only doing it in a year.
Oh,
I'll be done in fall, so I'll be done in December. So yeah, I'm like I just thought like just go straight in, finish it, get it out the way, so I don't have to worry about it because I'm not going back for a doctorate.
I know. And be done with it. Okay, that's what she's saying. So you saw that comment. So yeah, she's in
Yeah,
a
I see the comments.
Okay, did the accelerated, somebody has a question. Did the accelerated program as well had a full time? Oh, are they saying that they did the accelerated program as well and had a career?
Yes.
Okay, if I can do it, you can too. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jerry. I'm sure those are very encouraging words. Thank you guys for the encouraging words. Feel free to send some hearts. Whatever happens, Michael, don't give up. Stick with it. Listen, if you can make it this far, you can carry the baton further than that. You know what I mean?
Right, yes.
Yeah. Any closing comments for the people? If you guys have questions, put it there. Any closing comments for the people, Michael? Any advice you want to give?
Definitely. So my thing was always to try to pass the baton. Because I feel like with our family, it was just not a lot of like, especially black male college graduates. Like that's what I realized and noticed going into like college. I'm like, wow, there's not really a lot of us.
Yeah.
So that was my goal, is to try to continue to push the envelope, and I'm trying to finish because I have Quran.
Yeah.
Like I want
You.
to experience the same. I want to say the same type of success, because I feel like everyone deserves their own type of success, but
Mhm.
I want to get to experience all of that, and
Mhm.
that's why I continue to do what I do, because I think about the generations to come after me,
Mhm.
because I feel like that's very important.
Yeah, and he also gave you credit when he was doing this. He said that he speaks to you a lot, and you give him really great advice. And I'm just so happy to see the two of you connect that way, because your mom and I had that same connection. And there is nothing like going through life with a brother or a sister, somebody that, in your case, you can be an example for, and someone like Quran, who looks up to you and everything that you do. He's in college right now, following your footsteps. And yes, he has his own path. Lord knows he do. Because Quran, you got Quran, and then you got Michael. You got Tan, and then you got Tay. So you
Yeah,
got
you can't.
dynamic.
Right.
But we love each other. We're night and day, right?
Hmm.
But we love each other. We love each other as a family. Everyone's proud of you. And of course, Grandma couldn't log on, but she did tell me to tell you she loves you, and
He
she does
wasn't gonna log on anyway.
social media.
He was not gonna log on anyway.
She wouldn't be able to log on anyway.
Uh,
So anyway, Michael, one last question. Where do you see yourself, I would say, in about 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
so 5 years, I would be 20, 28, 20, yeah, about 28, because
Mm.
I'm bored this year. So in 5 years, I plan on being in a like senior level position, as far as like I don't know what company I'm going to be working for in 5 years, but like in the senior level, like higher position, and I could be able to like give my knowledge to somebody else that needs it as well.
Okay.
And also, my goal is for Yellow Dreams TV
Yeah.
to flourish and do exactly what I envision it to do, because my ultimate goal is to have my own television network.
And
So
yeah.
yeah, that I want to get there very soon.
And we can definitely make that happen. I'm talking to some people now to get some things pushing. And, whenever you're ready, once that door opens up for me, it automatically opens up for you. And anything's possible. We start off on this journey. I started off, I never thought I would be a teacher. I never thought I would be an author. I never thought I'd be sitting here speaking to you on my own on my own virtual chat show. That was never in the works at 23 years old. And
Mhm.
I changed careers multiple times, but that's because, you know, I think I had to tap into a little bit of everything to kind of get to where I am right now. And I realized that all those jobs made me who I am. And now I can be that author. Now I can be that speaker. Now I can be that writer. I published, you know, 4 books and ghost written for so many other people. And I didn't know that it would lead to this path. And so certainly, you know, Ghetto's Dreams TV can definitely come to life. And I believe that once you put your hands on it, it's going to soar like everything else you do in life, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Auntie loves you very much.
I love you too, Auntie Taper. All
right. So any questions, guys? Anything? Drake said, keep pushing. It's going to pay off. What you say to that, Mike?
I hope it do. That's so.
It's going to pay off. Listen.
Out of pocket right now. So I start out of pocket right now. So it got to pay off.
It better pay off, right, Mike?
Right.
Oh, God, honey, because when I used to look at $20 in the bank, I'm like, listen, I went to college to have $20 in the bank. Surely, like something has to come to, you know, it's got to be better.
I got to have all my money in the bank after I finish this degree.
Exactly. I want all my coins too, Michael. Listen, you've been amazing. I thank you so much for allowing your auntie to ask you all kind of questions and coming on and, you know, answering the questions from college to transitions from college to real life, because all of us, anybody who's been on this line, know that there's a huge difference between living in college, being in college, being a college student, graduating, and now living in the real world, so to speak, and in other words, becoming an adult, right, Mike?
Right.
Yeah, and paying bills and doing all those things, because that in itself can be a huge eye opener. It really, really can.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Michael. I love you so much. And thank you, everyone who's joined. Listen, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is It's Not Hard to Talk About It. Thank you, guys. You've been amazing. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Don't forget to share this message with someone who may be or may find it challenging, you know, graduating from college and now being this adult who's paying bills and or in grad school and trying to juggle and balance it all. But just as Michael said, don't give up. Stick to it. No matter how difficult it may get, please make sure that you keep going, because God's got your back. All right, y'all. Anything you want to say, Mike?
No, I think you said everything.
That's what Ron said. You said it all. All right, guys. So we're out of here. God bless you guys. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.